All right, this is 3.4 notes. I am going to talk you through some of these definitions, do some example problems for you, and then your homework tonight is to complete the third page of the Graphing Intercepts packet, and there's a textbook page that goes along with that as well. Both of those things will be on Google Classroom. So standard form, we have slope-intercept form, which you are used to. And slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. And standard form is ax plus by is equal to c. Oops, sorry. Your x-intercept, if I sketch a graph and here's a line, this is the x-axis and this is the y-axis. Your x-intercept is where the line crosses the x-axis. It also, as you figured out in your exploration, is when y equals 0. So this is the point, for example, 3, 0. So to find your x-intercept, set y equal to 0. Gosh darn it, why do I keep doing that? To find your y-intercept, which is the point 0, 4 or whatever, you set your x equal to 0. Up here you solve for x. Down here you solve for y. And that is how you find your x and your y intercepts. Also in this section, we're talking about horizontal and vertical lines. So the graph of y equals, let's say y equals 2 is the graph, if this is 2, a horizontal line at 2. Okay, the graph of x equals 4, if 4 is over here, this is the graph of x equals 4. I would say these are two things that everybody messes up at some point. Okay, this is a good thing to memorize. And the way we like to give you a little shortcut to memorize is by these two sayings. One of them is hoy and the other one is vux. So hoy is a horizontal line. It has a 0 slope. If you remember from last year, a slope going from side to side is a 0 slope. And it is in the form of y equals. Vux is a vertical line. It has an undefined slope. If you remember slope dude from last year, the worst curse word in all of math and in algebra is undefined. And that is in the form of x equals. So hoy and vux, you will hear me refer to these two things a lot. So make sure you have those two phrases memorized. That's more of what I just talked about. Scroll to the bottom of page 77. These should be 2-second problems. Y equals -3. This is a hoy problem. So it's a horizontal line at -3 because it was y equals. X equals 2 is a vux problem because it's x equals. So it's a vertical line at 2. Done. Those should not take you more than 1 or 2 seconds. Now, in exercises 3 through 5, we're going to find the x and the y intercepts. I would like for you all to be organized when you show your work on these. And the best way to do that is I like to make a little t-chart. So to find the x-intercept, we're going to set y equal to 0. So that's going to go away. We're left with 3x is 12 and x is 4. Okay, then I want you to write it as the point 4, 0. Okay, because that is your x-intercept. X equals 4 is not an intercept. You need to have it as a point. So your y-intercept, you're going to set x equal to 0, which means you're left with 4y is 12, y is 3. So your y-intercept is 0, 3. 4, you've got to be careful on your signs. So we've got the x-intercept and the y-intercept. The x-intercept, you set y equal to 0. So you are left with -x equals 16, which means x equals -16. So your x-intercept is -16, 0. Your y-intercept, you set x equal to 0. And if you set x equal to 0, be careful, you're left with -4y equals 16. Dividing both sides by -4 gives you y equals -4. So this is the point 0, -4. Same concept with number 5. Okay, once this video is over, come back and practice finding your x-intercept and your y-intercept on number 5. 6 and 7, all we're doing is we're adding the graphing element. So still do your t-chart. Okay, we're going to use our intercepts to graph. So if we're finding the x-intercept, we're going to set y equal to 0. If we set y equal to 0, we're left with negative 8x equals 24. Divide both sides by negative x, and x is negative 3. So this is the point negative 3, 0, which is right there. To find the y-intercept, set x equal to 0. It's always the opposite. When x is 0, we're left with 12, y is 24. Divide both sides by 12, and y is equal to 2, so that's the point 0, 2. So there's your y-intercept at 0, 2. Draw your straight line. Same thing, when the video is over, try number 7 on your own. Lastly, number 8, the school band is selling sweatshirts and baseball caps to raise $9,000 to attend a band competition. Sweatshirts are $25 and baseball caps are $10. The equation, 25x plus 10y equals 9,000, models this situation. So find and interpret, that's what I care about the most, find and interpret the intercepts. So your x-intercept, we're going to set y equal to 0, which means 25x is equal to 9,000. If you divide 9,000 by 25, you get 360. So this is the point 360, 0. So if x is sweatshirts and y is baseball caps, if you are interpreting this points, this means, and you are writing this down with me, you can buy 360 sweatshirts and 0 hats. Oh my gosh, I keep hitting this button as I'm writing. 0 hats for $9,000. Okay, that is how you interpret the x-intercept. Now I also need to interpret and find the y-intercept. So I'm going to set x equal to 0, and I'm left with 10y equals 9,000. Divide both sides by 10, and 9,000 divided by 10 is 900. So this is the point 0, 900. I'm going to interpret my x-intercept down here since I'm out of room. My y-intercept. So my y-intercept interpretation is you can buy 0 sweatshirts and 900 hats for $9,000. Okay, so this says if 258 sweatshirts are sold, how many baseball caps are sold? So sweatshirts are X. So I would do 25 times 258 plus 10y equals 9,000. 25 times 258 is 6,450. If I subtract that from 9,000, I'm left with, I'm running out of room, so I'm not showing all my work. 10y equals 2550. Oops, 2550. Divide both sides by 10, and you can buy 225 hats. 225 hats and 258 sweatshirts cost you $9,000. So graph the equation. So you can use your intercepts to do this. I'm not asking for anything fancy. Let's just say 360 is over here. And 900 is, maybe we should move this a little bit over and make it more realistic. Let's say 360 is right here. 900 is way up here. We just found the point 258, 225. So somewhere, estimation is that point we just did. And then you can draw your line and pretend it goes through all your points. And that is it for section 3.4. So you are going to finish the 3rd page of your graphing calculator packet, and then you are going to complete textbook page that is posted on Google Classroom. See you tomorrow.